At the Fly-In Cruise-In, you meet some very interesting people, and I'm with Paul Weaver. Here you are, you're dressed in a World War I uniform. Tell us about the uniform and this airplane.
Well, we became interested in World War I flight at the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio a few years ago when the Great War Association sponsored a World War I fly-in. And very many people are interested in World War I replica aircraft, and I became interested when I saw them fly down there at the museum. So we searched around and we located this Bowers B-1 Flybaby biplane, which is replicated to look like an SE-5, which was built in about 1916, 1917, and flew in World War I on the English side.
Well, in World War I, when these guys flew airplanes, it was rather personal, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. When airplanes first started out in World War I, they were used for observation to track enemy movement on the other side of lines of demarcation. And gradually, airplanes came into their own as fighting machinery. They began to first shoot with hand pistols and rifles, and gradually they began to mount machine guns on airplanes and use them. They were the first fighter planes that we knew, and they were a great military tactical weapon. The first aircraft, they had the machine guns mounted up on top of the wing because they had trouble with bullets going through the propeller, and it was much more advantageous to have the machine gun right in front of the pilot, much easier to aim, but the propellers kept breaking off. And then the Germans came out with an idea that they could time the engine to the gun and thus shoot through the arc of the propeller when the propeller was not there. And then one of the airplanes crashed behind enemy lines. The English and French discovered their secret, and they all started manufacturing that interrupter gear then.
Well, this is a very interesting airplane. Now, you have the paint scheme is a replica. Tell us a little bit more about that.
The paint scheme is a replica from an SE-5. It has markings from the 85th Aero Squadron, which flew in England. And it says Newport on the tail, but it is spelled differently than the manufactured aircraft of Newport from France. The townships actually would purchase or put up money to buy these airplanes for the early Air Force in England, and they would write the name of the little township and county on the side of the airplane, and hence this one is supplied by the Newport Township in Fife, Scotland. And that's why the name appears on the airplane.
Now, you have an 85 horsepower Continental. When you're cruising, what speed?
We cruise about 85 to 90 miles per hour when we are about 2,300 RPMs.
Thank you, Paul.
We felt very welcome, and we really appreciate the community turning out to support, I believe, the band.
Okay.
Thank you.